Monday night is game night, and I've got an emergency fund that I need to fill. It's time for Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. It's game night tonight, and so I'm going to be doing similar to what I've been doing for the last couple weeks, but I decided to change things up just a little bit. So instead of putting $75 into each of my savings challenge books and then putting $100 into the games that are in my binder, I'm going to do 50 and 50 and then 150 into the binder. Just because I haven't been getting that far through the binder and I want to make sure that I get a good variety of games. So my goal is to get the rest of the way through the binder and make another complete trip this week. Will I make it? We'll see. But first, I'm going to do the Zodiac book, and I'm going to put $50 into it. Zodiac is a book that I created. It was actually the first savings challenge book that I did. Inside are 12 different, all the 12 different signs of the Zodiac, starting with Aries, which is the first, according to the astrological calendar, and going all the way through Pisces, which is the last. And each section is numbered down here at the bottom, and so you can use a 12-sided die, which is what I'll be doing. And then on the left-hand side is scratch off numbers 1 through 9, and on the right-hand side are color and save. And so what I've decided to do is for the top section, I'm going to roll a D8. The bottom section, I'm going to roll a D12. All of the money that I save is going into my emergency fund. And just one other thing before I get started, I do use prop money when I do this. It's something that I haven't really talked about in the past several videos. So just for those who are new, I just don't like keeping that much cash in my apartment. And I also don't like taking money out of the bank just to stuff it, just to put it back into the bank because it's going into savings anyway. So the money that I'm using here represents money that's in my checking account. But once it goes into a savings challenge, then I transfer it into my savings account, which is my high yield savings, where I store my emergency fund. And I give updates on where I am with my emergency fund during my monthly, or not my monthly, my weekly budget update videos, which come out usually on Fridays, sometimes on Saturdays. So let me close the book for just a second while I get out the dice tower and get that set up. I have kind of everything that I use for game night here, and I haven't separated everything out. So got a quarter that I'll need for scratching, and then a whole bunch of dice here. But for this one, I only need these 3. So my D6 dice I will set aside. I'm going to scoot this a little bit over. Open it up here. And I'll get the top of the dice tower. We'll bring this in over here, and we'll see how we do. Okay, so I'm going to roll a D12. And actually, I am going to roll a D6 along with it, because that'll tell me what section of the sign I'm going to work on. So the D6 came up as a 5, and the D12 is a 9. So we'll go to number 9, which is Sagittarius. And so the way that I do this, move this out of the way here, the way that I do this is that I've numbered the sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 would put us up here, which is a D8 roll. So we're going to take these out, roll the D8, and we've got a 3. So I'm going to color this in just a little bit, and I will come back in after the video and finish coloring it the rest of the way. And I'll take out $3 here. And again, I'm only going to keep going until I get the 50 out, and then we'll stop. But for now, roll the D12 and the D6, and we'll see where we go next. And this dice tower just doesn't want to cooperate here. So we've got a 2 and a 1. So sign number 2 is going to be Taurus. And 1 would be a scratch. And I've already scratched 3, so that leaves 6 left. So I'm going to roll the D6 again, and we'll see which one we scratch here. Okay, number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be $2. So I'm going to put this away, and I'll take out a 5. And then Just off screen here, as I drop things on the floor, I've got my handy vac here to clean up the scraps. We'll set that to the side. All right, we'll take this and the D12 and we'll see where we're going to go next. That's a better roll. Okay, number 3 and number 6. So number 6 is going to be down here, so it's going to be a D12 roll. So for this one, we're going to save $4. I may just have to lift that up when I roll. So, okay, so $4. Just make a little mark here. We'll finish coloring this in later. And we'll roll the D12 and the D6 and see where we go next. All right, so number 7. Sorry, this has been off screen the whole time. Number 7 and number 2. Okay, number 7 and 2 is going to be here. So that's going to be a D8 roll. And we're going to save $8. So we'll just mark one of these. Not very well. Put 2 back. Take out a 10. And we'll roll the D12 and the D6. Okay. So that's 7 again and number 1. So that's going to be a scratch, and I've only got 3 left. So I'll roll the D6 die and we'll see which one we scratch. Okay, number 3. So down here at the bottom, that's going to be $2. So it's just as well that I decided I was only going to do $50 this week because I'm rolling a lot of low numbers here and scratching a lot of low numbers. All right. So we're going to roll the D12 and the D6 again. And let's see where we go. Okay. Number 1 and number 4. So it's going to be a scratch. Number 1 is Aries. And Aries we've only scratched 1 on. So I'm going to roll a D8. And it says we should scratch number 4. So that's going to be here. And let's see what we get. Okay, $3. Another low number. But that is okay. They've got to be scratched eventually. So I'm going to put $17 back, if I can grab that 10. 10, 15, 17, and plus 3 will make 20. And we'll roll the D12 and the D6 and see where we go next. Okay, number 4 and number 2. So 4 is going to be Cancer. Number 2 is going to be a D8 roll. And that came up as a 2. Just going to mark here. And we'll grab out another 2. We'll take this die out. We'll grab the D12 and the D6. And that says we should go to number 2 and number 2. So we're back to Taurus. We're back to the D8 again. Although first time D8 for Taurus tonight, and it's $1. Just marking enough to tell myself later that yes, I did play that and I need to fill it in the rest of the way. So I'm going to put 4 back, take out a 5, and we'll see where we go next. Okay, number 1 and number 4. So that's going to be another scratch here on Aries. So I'm going to bring out the D8 again. Number 2, so that'll be right here. And that will be $4. Okay, so I don't have any smaller bills, so we'll take that 4 back out, and we'll see where we go next. Okay, number 12 and number 4, so that's going to be another scratch, this time on Pisces. And we've scratched 3 on Pisces, so I can roll a D6. And that's going to be number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. Dead center on Pisces is going to be $5. Clean that up here. I'm going to put 5 back, grab out a 10. So we've got about $18 left to save. Okay, number 12 again and number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do a D8 roll. And we've got $8. So, just give this a quick mark here. Put $2 back. And grab a 10. Okay, so now we're at 42. So this could be our last roll. We've got $8 left to save. Number 11 and number 3. So that will be a D8 roll on Aquarius. And the D8 says save $8. So that's perfect. So we're going to end up right at $50 this week. So I will put back $42, grab out the 50, put the book away, bring out the binder, and under Zodiac, we'll slide that right in. And then I will set up for General Greenback, and I'll be right back. This is General Greenback and the Frugality Force. It's another savings challenge book that I created. This and the Zodiac book are both available in my Etsy shop, and right now I'm running a 30% off sale on all my physical products because I'm moving soon, and the less that I have to carry with me, the better. So it's a great opportunity if you've been looking at this book or if you're interested in it to go and grab it for yourself, and the link to my Etsy shop will be down in the description. For this book, I am just going through it and marking off where I've left off. So I was pretty far along in the book last time. And so I was on the loan shark. And this one is a color and save, but just in the interest of time, I've just been marking it off with an X. So that's what I'm going to do this week. And I'm going to save $10 for the loan shark. The loan shark is one of the villains. So, and actually, he's one of my favorites of the villains. So we'll mark that off. We'll take $10 out. And we will move on to meet the next hero, which is going to be Prosperity Man. Now with Prosperity Man, every time we meet a hero, it's a scratch and save. And so it looks like for this one, we've got 3, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to roll a D8 and we'll see which one we scratch. Bring it in over here. And number 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down here. And Prosperity Man tells us that we need to save $11. So I will clean this up. And then I will take out, I'll put the 10 back and we'll grab out 21. This book moves a lot faster than Zodiac, but there's also more to save in this book. Okay, so on the next page, now we have the Ponzi Pirate, and this one is another color and save. So I have been marking this one out in black, but I think my black Sharpie's about dead, so I'm going to use brown. So we'll put an X through that, and we will save another $10. And we'll move on to meet another hero. So this is the Vault. The Vault is one of my favorite superheroes, and in this one, it's another scratch and save. So it looks like I've scratched only 3, so I'm going to roll, let's see, did I grab a D10? I did. So I'll grab a D10 and we'll see where it tells us to go. Okay, number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So down here. And for the Vault, we're going to save $4. So we'll put 1 back, grab out a 5. So we've only got $15 left to save, and next we're going to meet Overdraft. Overdraft is the final villain that we meet before the big battle. And with this challenge, it is a scratch and match. So we just scratch to match either a hero or a villain. Every time we scratch, it's $5, and every time we match, it's an additional $10. So if I match one, that'll be the $15. If not, then I'll just save 5 and we'll go on to the next challenge. So I am going to scratch this one here, I think is calling my name. So this is Penny Protector, and I don't think I've found her yet. Nope. Okay, so she's the first, so I'm just going to save $5, and then we'll move on to the next page. So we'll clean that up, put a 5 back, grab a 10, and we'll go on to the next page. Okay, so this is just before the final battle, and on this page, we're going to roll a d6 die 20 times total. We'll just roll it once for this one. So I'm going to put this away, we'll roll a d6, and we'll see how much we save here. So $5. Okay, so I will get out the green Sharpie, because we're on General Greenback, and we will save $5. So we've got $5 left to save. And then on the next page, this is the final battle. And so we're just going in order here because this is a $300 challenge. This might put us a little over, but that's okay. So we'll scratch here. And oh, sure enough, that put us way over. So that's $20. But that's okay. It all goes, and I just push those crumbs all over the place. That's all right. So that puts us way over. Okay, so instead of saving $50, it looks like I'm going to be saving $20, $30, $45 plus $20, $65. So I will put back a 10 and a 20 and grab a 50. So $65. I'm not going to go on to the next page because that's something special once you've completed everything else. Other people are if they have the book, so you might have seen it on other channels, but for me, I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go all the way back to the front where we first meet General Greenback. I will put the marker there for next week. If I can figure out which end it's up, there we go. So we'll start there next week, and then I will get the binder out so that we can put the money into General Greenback. And since I'm saving 65 into this challenge, I'll just take that out of the 150, the extra $15 out of the 150, and so I'll have 135 to save for the other challenges. So when you order General Greenback, you do get an envelope that has the sticker on it that fits in an A5 envelope. Again, link to my Etsy shop is down in my description. So that's General Greenback for the week. We'll move on to the other challenges in the binder, and I'll get set up for that, and I'll be right back. The first game I'm going to play from the book is Millennial Loteria, and this is one that I play every week, but I wanted to do this one first, even though it'll be out of order, just because it takes a little bit more setup time than all of the others. So in Millennial Loteria, it's a little bit like bingo, except that instead of numbers, you have cards that you use to play it. And this is the millennial version, so it's kind of an irreverent look at my generation. I am what they call a geriatric millennial. I graduated high school in the year 2000, so I'm barely part of the millennial generation. And it's full of, I mean, as I play it, you'll get to see things that you'll recognize as, oh yeah, that's kind of a millennial thing. So the way that I play it is that I keep drawing cards and putting markers down on symbols until I get a line of 4 either across, up and down, or diagonally, and then I save $1 for every chip on the board. So I'm just going to shuffle up the cards, and I play a different card every week. And obviously there are more cards in the deck than there are symbols on the board. So if you were playing this high budget, you might want to play $1 for every card that you pass, whether it's on the card or not, or what have you. Sometimes I get a Loteria relatively quickly, but I've also had times where I've gone through almost the whole deck. So I think those are shuffled enough. I'm just going to cut, and we'll start dealing, and we'll see how we do. So the first one is La Succulent, and I do have that, so I'm going to mark it there. Next, we've got El Nail Art, and I don't see that. La Border Wall, don't have that. El Safe Space, got that. El TikTok, and this is a lenticular card, so it moves, but I don't have that on my card, so we'll pass that one. El Healing Crystal, don't have that. El Coachella, we have that down here. El Man Bun, don't have that. Nothing's really lining up yet. El Boomer, nope, not yet. El Prime, yep, we've got that. Now we've got 2 in a row. El Troll, yep. El Gentrification, nope. El Makeup Tutorial, yep, so now Lost Bitcoins will give me a Loteria. El Non-GMO, no. El Gender Reveal, no. La Flower Crown, no. El Uber, no. El Participation Trophy, no. El DJ, nope. El Podcast, yeah, we've got that one. It's right here. El Juice Cleanse, don't have that. El Twitter, don't have that. La Karen, yep, we've got her. So now El Web Design, that will also give me a Loteria. El Bird, yep. So lots of possibilities here, and we're getting low on cards. La Selfie, no. La Thigh Gap, no. El Global Warming, no. El Tattoo, yes, finally a Loteria. Okay, so more than half the deck to get that. And we've got $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. That's quite a bit for a game of Loteria, but that's what we'll save. So I'm going to clear this off. I'm going to grab out the binder again. We'll go to Loteria, which is under number 1. We'll put in $10. And then I'm going to see where the clip is from last week. It's pretty far back. Here we are. It's on number 9, which is Yahtzee. So I'm going to clean up the Loteria. I'll get out the dice tower and the dice for Yahtzee, and then we'll play that here in just a minute. Okay, so here we are with Yahtzee, and when I play this by myself, I play kind of different rules. So the way that I do it is I play first for aces, then for twos, then for threes, so on and so on when I'm in the top section. I don't roll all 5 dice and then decide which one I'm going to go for. I'm also only going to play one section at a time. So because I've got the top open next, that's what I'm going to play. So I'm going to roll all 5 dice, and we're just looking for ones. And I'm not going to use the tower, I'm just going to roll them in the tray here. Okay, so I've got 1 1. And another 1. Last roll. So, okay, so I've got 3 1s. Now I'm going to roll for 2s. And 1 2. Another 2. Last roll for 2s. And we've got none, so we've got 4 and 2s. Okay. Keep rolling again. Looking for 3s. There's 1. And none on that roll. And 1. So we've got 6 and 3s. Okay. Gonna look for 4s now. And there's 1. And another 1. Last roll. And we didn't get any more. So we've got 8 for 4s. So now we'll be looking for 5s. There's 1 and another 1. Come on, 5s. Nope. Last roll. And no more 5s. So 10 for 5s. And lastly, we're going to be looking for 6s here. None on that. Oh, no, I take that back. We did have 1. Sometimes these dice are a little hard to see. Nothing there. Last roll. And nothing there. So only a 6 here. So now I'm going to add these up, and we'll see how much we save. So I've got 10, 6 and 4 is 10, 20, 8, 34, 37. And I'm going to add those together to get $10. So 10 is what I'll save for Yahtzee for this week. We'll get the book out here. Put the scorecard away along with the $10. And I may come back and try to condense at the end, but for now, just put that in there. We'll take the clip off. And we'll move on to Scrabble dice, or Sorry Dice, rather. Okay, so in Sorry Dice, that game takes a little bit of time to set up, but I'll be as quick as I can. This is another game that I bought at a regular toy store, and then I repurposed it into a savings challenge game. So it comes with these 3 dice and 16 tokens. It also comes with other parts. It comes with playing boards, little boards and things like that, but I don't use those because I decided to do it how I wanted to do it for savings. So I'm just going to line all these up real quick. So each of these dice has 6 different faces on it. Not all of them have the same symbols on all of them. So there's a blue, a green, a yellow, and a red. So each die has each color once. And then some will have a rainbow, some will have slide, and some will say sorry. So I roll all of these, and I wrote the rules down. It's been so long since I played this one, I need to go back. So for each of these is worth $1. So each time I roll that color, I take one away, and it's just the ones that are left that I save. So if I get a slide, then I restore one that I've already taken if there's one available, and if I get a sorry, it cancels another die roll. So it'll make sense as I play. First roll, and I'm only rolling 3 times. So I'm taking a blue, and I'm taking a yellow, and a slide would put one away, but I didn't have any before I rolled the dice, so that stays. Roll them again. Okay, so sorry, so that's going to cancel one of these, and I'm going to take a red out. Third and final roll, and I really hope I get a rainbow, or this is going to be an expensive game. And I got 1 rainbow. I'm going to say that the sorry is going to cancel the blue, and I'm going to take 1 of each for the other. So I'm still saving $3, $5, $7, $9 for this game. This is one that I could play over and over and over again. I've had some where I've had only 1 or 2 tokens left, and I've had some where I just couldn't seem to get any off the board or keep them off the board. So we'll go back to number 9, or number 10 rather, and we'll save $9. 5, 7, 9. Okay, so that's going to go in. I'll put all of this away kind of briskly. Set that to the side, and we'll move on to number 11. Number 11 is the 12 Days of Christmas, and this is a scratch savings challenge. This is one that's available in my Etsy shop. It is A6 size, even though I'm using A5 envelopes. And so with this one, Christmas Island, which is a territory in the South Indian Ocean, made stamps back in the 1970s according to the 12 Days of Christmas. So each stamp represents one of the 12 days, and the number of places increases as the day increases. So there's 12 on number 12, but there's only 1 on number 1, and we've already scratched that one. So I'm going to roll a d12, and we'll see which one we play. And depending on which one we get, we may roll another die to see which one we scratch. So 8. I think that's, let's see, 8 maids a milking, okay, and there's 6 spots left, so I'll roll a d6 and we'll see which one we scratch. And it's going to be number 6, so that'll be right here. And that's going to be $8. Okay, so I'll clean this up. And we'll save $8 into envelope number 11. And then we'll move on to envelope 12, which is the 12 face cards. This is another one of my savings challenges. And this one is according to the 12 face cards that are in a deck of cards. And so these are all numbered. So you could roll a die to see which one that you scratch, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. And I will get a deck of cards out and shuffle them until I find a face card. Each face card has 12 scratches on it. And on the back, it tells you a little bit about who is represented on that card. So I'll get out the deck of cards, and I'm just using a standard deck of cards that has all the 52 cards in it, plus the jokers. And I just shuffle it, and then I keep dealing until I find a face card, and then that's the one that I scratch on. And I'll probably roll a die to see which one I scratch. Okay, shuffled a couple times, we'll cut the deck, and we'll start dealing. Oh, right off the bat, we've got the Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so we'll go to Diamonds, which is right here. So this is Hector, who is a warrior from ancient Troy. And since I haven't scratched on this one yet, I will roll a d12, and we'll see which one we scratch. Number 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so right over here. And we're only going to save $3 into this challenge, but that's okay. It's 3 more than it had in it when we started. So I'm going to set these aside, put them back at number 1. We'll get out the binder here. into the last challenge, save $3. I'm going to break the video and then we'll go back to the start of the book and we'll see what's on tap coming up next. I'm back to the start of the book, and technically Millennial Loteria is number 1, but I'm only playing that once per week. So I'm actually going to first weigh this binder down with this handy copper weight here, and then I'm going to take out number 2, which is the 20 by 25 challenge. This is one that I created, and I ship one for free with any physical products order from my Etsy shop while supplies last, and I've got about 20 left. So if you were to place an order this week, chances are pretty good I would still have one to send you. So I'm just going to move this to the side. I'm just going to mark off one to color here. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'll come back and do this offline. But I will save $20 in this challenge. So 2025 is exactly as it sounds. You save $20 25 times for a total of $500. You could do this every other week this year. It doesn't have to be done in 2025, in the year 2025, and it doesn't have to be done at any particular pace. But I found this graphic and I really liked it, and I thought I bet I could make a challenge out of that. So I did that for giveaways with physical products orders. So we'll put that away and we'll move on to JR's Restaurants. This is a box challenge that was sent to me by April, April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. So I printed it out because they kindly sent it to me, and I've never done a box challenge before. So I did it last week and nobody said that I did it wrong. So I think I'm on the right track here. And I'm just going to do 1 or 2. We'll see how it goes. Ideally, save about $10 in here. So I'm going to take these out, set this aside, mix these up a bit. Okay. And then I'm going to draw one right from here. We'll see what it says. Okay, so this is a search and save for $2. Okay, so let's see here. Let's find it. It's not in the steakhouse. It's not in the pizzeria. It's not in the fruits and veg. It's not in the diner. Oh, no, it is in the diner. Okay, so there we have it. So I am going to just circle this one. Let's get out a pen here. I think I'm just going to use a mild liner. I think that's what I used last week. So we'll circle this because we found it. Can't really tell here. We'll circle it a little closer. And we'll save $2. And we'll draw again. Oh, I suppose I can put this away, but who knows? I may need it again. All right. I'm going to take this one right here on top. And this is Junior's Pizzeria. Okay. So in Junior's Pizzeria, we put this away. I believe that is a dice game, because I think I played this last week. Steakhouse, there we go, pizzeria, yep. So in this one, I'm going to roll a d6, and we'll see which ingredient we end up using. Okay, so I rolled a 1, so I'm in the left-hand side again, and it looks like this is the pizza that's going to get made first. So tomato sauce, which is my favorite, and that's a $4 savings. So we'll take out 6, and we'll put the 2 back. And I think I'm going to give it one more go, and I'll put this one back since it's a repeat challenge. We'll mix them all up again, and we'll go right here. Okay, we've got another search and save. So it looks like this one is a bowl of ramen. And I do like a good bowl of ramen. So where would it be? Where would it be? Put the pizzeria back. Fruit and veg. The diner. Oh, did I do that wrong? I'm not sure if I did that correct or not. Huh. Okay. It's here at the hibachi. And there's the ramen. So we're going to circle that. And we're going to save $5. So actually, I'm going to put that 5 back and grab out a 10. So we've got $11 going in this week. These two, I'll put a check mark on because I've already found them. And sure enough, I cannot remember where I put the completed ones last week, but I'll find them and I'll put those with them. And I'll put everything else away here. So the hibachi, Junior's hibachi, goes back in here. All of these go back in the front. We'll close that. And then we'll bring out the binder. And this money goes back into number 3. Actually, let's see if I have enough to grab out a 20. I don't. Okay. So, and I'll link April's channel down below. She and her son Junior also do game night, and Junior creates a lot of savings challenges that are available on April's Etsy shop. And when you purchase one, Junior gets the money and he decides whether he's going to save it or spend it or put it toward a long-term goal. So be sure you're following them if you're not already, and I will link their channel down below. And I realized I didn't put the money in, so I absolutely can grab a 20. That $11 was staring me right in the face. So I'll put the two 10s back, grab a 20, just so I could get that 20 out, because I only took 2 of them. And other than the 2025, I'm not sure if I'll get to save $20 in any of the other challenges. Okay, so Dicetropolis is next. Dicetropolis, or Dicetropolis, is another set of savings challenge games that I created, and most of them are right over here. And so this is, they're all based on D6, and you can get the D6 with them if you want. There's also a digital version now available if you are international or if you would rather print them out yourself. But if you order them from me and have them shipped, they come on glossy stock paper that you can use a dry erase marker on, and it just wipes right off. So you can use them again and again and again and again. Okay, so for this one, we're going to roll a d12 because they're all numbered, and we'll see which one we're going to play this week. And that's number 2. And number 2 is chance. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside for just a second, and we'll set these others aside. So in chance, each row is 1 game. You can play them separately, or you can play them all at the same time using the rainbow dice that are optional when you purchase the game from me as a physical product. After each roll, you cross out the numbers that you've rolled. So it's a little bit like Shut the Box, but only 1 through 6, and you can play multiple games at once. So in this case, I am going to play 1 game and 1 row. And so anytime you roll the same number twice, it's game over, and you add up all the ones that haven't been rolled. So I've got a dry erase marker right over here that I've conveniently put just out of reach. So we'll roll d6 dice. Okay, we've got number 3, so I'm going to cross that out. And we'll roll it again. I'm left-handed, so a little tough. There goes the 5. And 3 again. Okay, so game over. So I've got $10, $12, $13. Now, if I were to roll a really low number, I might roll a d4 or another dice here, another type of die here to multiply it. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm only going to save $13. And that's going to be it for this game for me for this week. So we'll set this aside, wipe everything off, just that easy, and we'll save $13. 10, 12, 13. Set this aside. bring the binder back out. And Dicetropolis is number 4 with $13 going in. Okay, number 5 is Left, Center, Right. This is a game that I bought at just a game store, regular game store, and adapted it for playing as a savings challenge game. I've seen other channels adapt this game differently. Save with Judy just released a game that's based on this, and she plays it completely different than I do. So, one of the things that I love about doing savings challenge games is that you can buy something in the store and you can adapt it however you want it to make it fun for you or to make it a challenge for you or what have you. So the way that I do it is I start with 3 chips in the middle and the rest are in a pot. These are special dice. They say either left or right, or they have a star on them. The star means center. So left, left, left. Where's the right? Keep finding the left. There it is. And so each die has left, center, right once, and then the other 3 are these dots. So if I get a dot, I'm taking another token from the side. If it comes left, right, or center, I'm moving one of my tokens to the left, the center, or the right, depending on what I roll. And I keep going until I'm out of tokens in the middle, or until one of them gets 10, and then I save the highest amount of whichever pile. So I'm just going to roll right on the mat, I think. So I'm taking 2 more out of the boneyard here, and I'm moving 1 to the right. Okay, I've got 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and another from the boneyard. So I'm back to my original 3. 2 more from the boneyard, and 1 going to the left. Okay, 1 to the left and 2 to the center. I'm down to only 1 more, unless I pull more out of the boneyard with this roll. And I've got 1 more coming out, and 1 to the left, and 1 to the center. So I've got 2 in the right, 3 in the center, and 4 on the left. So I'm going to save $4, and it's game over, because I'm out of chips here, or tokens. So, before I forget, I will go to that game in the book, which is number 5. And if I've got a 1, I'll take that out and put in a 5. Of course I don't. And I'm out of 2s over here, so. But I can put a 2 back and take 6. So that's what I'll do. So $6 going in with the rules. Okay. Next is going to be a scratch challenge. So I'm just going to put this away real quick. And I apologize for the noise because it comes in a tin, so it can be kind of loud. And I just slammed the lid shut on the money tray, which is handy. Okay. So again, this game is not terribly expensive. It's widely available. You can find it on Amazon, Target, Walmart, anywhere really. It comes with the special dice, it comes with the tokens, it comes in a tin, and just adapt it for whatever makes sense for you. If $1 per chip is too low budget, then make it $2. Just adapt it to suit your budget and your style. So I'm going to play, let's see, I think I did Utterly Fabulous last week, so I'm going to do Elephantastic this week. These are scratch challenges, and these are also giveaways. I give 1 of each with orders of $75 or more in my Etsy shop. So I'm just going to get a board here so that I can scratch easier. On Elephantastic, the front side saves $25 and the back side saves $75. So I'm going to scratch 1 from each. I'm going to do the crown for this one, and that's $1 whole. And then on the back, let's see here. I'll do the crown on the back too. What the heck? $3. So total of $4 going into Elephantastic, which just shares a pot with Utterly Fabulous. This is number 6. So we'll put the challenge back and we'll put $4 in. Or if I've got a 1, I will take the 1 out, and I do. So I'm going to take 1 out. Whoops. And we'll put in a 5. There we go. And the next game is Flip 7. Flip 7 is a card game. This is available at game stores. I purchased it and I adapted it. And in Flip 7, let's see. You know what? I'm going to have to find the cards. So I'm going to break the video again. I'll go find the cards, and then I'll play Flip 7 here in just a sec. I knew I had them nearby. I just couldn't see them until, of course, I stopped the video. So Flip 7 comes in with a big set of cards. This is meant to be played with multiple people, but of course I adapted it to be played solo. In Flip 7, you have cards with different values on them, and the value of the card corresponds with how many of those are in the deck. So for example, there are 10 10s in the deck. There are 12 12s in the deck. So there's another 10, there's another 12, another 10, because they're common, right? There are only 4 4s in the deck. This is a bonus card. There are 7 7s. You get the idea. So the way that I play this is the object is to try to make a run of 7 cards. Now, you do this by drawing, and you decide whether you're going to keep drawing based on how many of that number are left in the deck. Do you like your chances, et cetera, et cetera. You've got to draw at least 3. There are special cards that can add to your score. They can freeze you, or they can give you a second chance. So if you bust, in other words, if you draw the same number twice, because that's the object, is not to draw the same number twice. So if you get 2 12s, then you're bust. Then you save a penalty amount. And that's what happened last week. So I'm hoping I can avoid the penalty this week. Okay, so I've got them shuffled. I'm going to cut the deck, and we're going to start dealing. Okay, so 11. Great score, but there's a lot of 11s in the deck. And right off the bat, I'm bust. So, when you bust, I made a special rule, and I will bring out the rules that I wrote for this game. And I went over kind of the full rules in a video when I first started game night to explain how everything was played. Oh, I've gone too far here. So in Flip 7, go bust, play the same number card twice, save a penalty of $10 plus the number of cards dealt. So I dealt 2 cards, so I'm going to save 2 plus 10, or $12. So 10, 12. That's what's going into Flip 7 this week. So unfortunately, not a terribly long game, but 12 bucks is 12 bucks, right? So, oops, I should see what's next here. So we played Flip 7. Next is going to be Quicks. And Quicks is one of my favorites. This is a dice game, and it's one that I adapted. And actually, I should have kept that out because I need the scorecard for Quicks. So let me put this aside. I'll bring out the Quicks dice. Quicks available in game stores. It comes with this set of dice. You get a red one, green one, yellow one, blue one, plus 2 white dice. And the way that I've adapted it is, again, similar to Shut the Box, but not quite. So with Quicks, you're rolling 3d6 dice. You roll the 2 white ones plus whatever row you're on, the corresponding color. So it always starts at the red row. So we're going to bring the dice tray out here. So I'm going to grab the red and the 2 whites, put these others away. And because this is the last game, I was going to go all the way through the book, but I think I might just keep playing Quicks until I run out of money, because I really do like this game. So I'm going to get a board out here just so I have a flat surface to write on. So the object here is you're rolling all 3 dice. And for each roll, you have to make at least 1 X on the board. And I'm not going to use a ballpoint. I'm going to use, I'm going to use a red pen here because it'll be easier to see. So you may roll numbers that give you the ability to knock out one of these, but those are easier to roll, so you may want to save those for later rolls. You really want the ones at the extreme ends because those are the hardest to roll, especially these top numbers. I try to get those knocked out first. So it'll make sense as I roll. So I'm going to start with the first roll and we'll see how we do. Okay, so I've got 10 and I've got 7. Now I am not going to take that 7, but I am going to mark off the 10. The rules are you have to be able to mark off at least 1 number, otherwise it's game over. So the 10 goes, and we'll roll them again. And this time I've got a 4 and an 8. So I'm going to take the 4, and once again, I'm going to leave the 8, just because the 8 is easy to roll. I try to save 6, 7, and 8 for the end if I can. And it's worked against me every time. So, okay, so here again, I've got 10 and I've got 7. Now, if I'd taken the 7 with the first roll, I would be out already. But I left it in, so now I can take it, and I'm still alive. Roll them again. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3, 4, and 5. And I am going to take the 3 and the 5, just because they're harder to roll, and I'm getting down in rolls. So roll them again. And I've got 1, 2, 3 again. Okay, so because I took 1, 2, 3, I took the 3 and the 5 last time, I'm now out. So it's time to total up how much I owe. So 10, 20, 8. So I'm going to add the 2 and the 8, and I'm going to save $10. So $10 for that game. I've actually got quite a bit more left than I thought. Maybe I'll have enough to finish this side. We'll see. So time to start a new game. So I'm going to take the red die out, and we'll replace it with the yellow die. And you don't have to do this. I just do it just because. Why not, right? The actual game Quicks is played quite a bit differently than the way that I'm playing it here. But again, I adapted it to be a savings challenge, so I changed all the rules, and that's what works for me. Okay, so I've got 8 and I've got 5. So I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to leave the 8. I shouldn't have recapped the pen, but that's okay. Oh, great. So I've got 12 and I've got 10. So I am going to take both of those. 12 and 10. Because they're big numbers and I don't want to pay them. So now I've got 5 and I've got 9 and I've got 8. So I can't take the 5. I can take the 9 or the 8 or both. I'm going to take the 9. I'm going to leave the 8. And we'll roll them again and see how we do. Okay, so I've got 6, I've got 7, and I've got 9. So I can take the 6 or the 7. I can't take the 9, but I'm going to take the 6. I'm going to leave the 7. Roll again. And we've got 3, 6, and 5. So 5 and 6 are gone, but I can take the 3, and I'm still alive. Okay, we've got 9, we've got 5, and we've got 6. So 5, 6, and 9 are all gone, so that means I'm done. So I've got 8 plus 2 is 10, 17 plus 11 is 28, right? 15, 26, 28, yep. 2 plus 8 is 10, so it's another $10 for that game. I'm going to take out the yellow die, replace it with the green, and we're going to start on the green roll. Oh, great. Well, I know what I'm taking for this roll. It's the only thing I can do is take the 12. So the 12 goes. Roll them again. And we've got 8 and we've got 6. So I'm going to take the 8. We'll leave the 6. 4 and 7. I'm going to take the 4. 3 and 8 and 7. So I'm going to take the 3. I'm tempted to take the 7, but I've got quite a few more rolls left, so I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, I've got 5, 9, and 8. So I can't take the 8. I can take the 5, and I can take the 9, and I think I'm going to take them both. Okay. So I need high numbers. And I got low numbers. That's okay, though, because I needed to get rid of the 2. So we got rid of the 2. Can't get rid of the 5. Or the 4, rather. And that's going to do it, because I don't have any low numbers left. So I've got 6, 7, 10, and 11. So that's 13, 23, 34. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So I'm going to save 7 for this game. So there's 5, 6, and 7. And that leaves me with a grand total of $4. So I may go over, but I'm going to finish out the page. We're going to play one more game. I'll put away the green die. I'll take out the blue die. Wish me luck. Okay, so we've got 9 and 10. So I am going to take the 10 for sure, and I think I'm going to take the 9 too. Okay, second roll, 2 and 5. Take the 2, and I think I'm going to take that 5 as well. It's really just the 6, 7, and 8 that I try to preserve. I've never made it all the way through, even with 3 dice. Okay, so 12 and 7, so I'm going to take the 12. I'm going to leave the 7, even though I've only been able to get rid of the 7 once. Let's see. So we've got 5, we've got 6, and we've got 7. So you know what? I'm going to take them both. I'm going to take them both just because there aren't all that many rolls left, and I don't want to get stuck with big numbers. So I need 11, 8, 3, and 4. So I've got 8, and I've got 3. I'm going to take both of those. So 4 and 11 are the only 2 valid combinations left. And we've got the 11. So now it's just that 4. And coincidentally, 4 is what I have left to save. So if I knock it out, that's great. If not, that's what I have left to save. And I didn't. I've got 9 and I've got 8. So I've got $4. And that's the best I've done on that game. So that's quite a coincidence. And $4 is going in. So I'm going to set this all aside. I'm going to do a cash condensing. If you're interested in watching that, then please, by all means, stay tuned. But if you're going to click off, I do want to thank you for coming in for game night. I appreciate all of the watch time that you all give me. It really does mean a lot to me. It also means a lot to me if you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave me a comment. I always greatly appreciate it. Don't forget that physical products in my Etsy shop are on sale 30% off now through about February 23rd. So from the time this video goes up, you'll probably have about a week left. After that, I have to take the physical products offline for a little bit until I get settled in my new place. So I'm going to pull out the Quicks folder here. We'll put this in. And then like I say, I'll do a cash condensing for those leaving. Thank you again so much. And for everyone else, I'll be right back and we'll condense some cash. All right, for those of you staying with me, you get to see the cash condensing that I normally do off screen after every time that I upload a video. So we're going to start in Zodiac. So I put in the $50 this week, and let's see what we've got here. I don't think there's enough to condense. No, not really, not this time. Getting close though. I've got placeholders, but I don't have enough set up for me. So I've been using the $100 play money as well. So Zodiac's good. Let's see what General Greenback's got going on here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Ooh, looks like there might be enough for a $500 placeholder, and I think I've got one of those. 500, 450, 70, 80, 90, 5. Sure enough, $504. So I'm going to put the ones back. We'll grab 2 2s here. And then I will grab out a $500 placeholder here, which I keep just precariously enough placed. Okay, here we go. So 500 goes in. And then all of these, all of these can go back. Hundreds, 20, 5s, 10s. Perfect. All right. So General Greenback's already saved me over $500, and I've only been playing this for a few weeks. It's a really fantastic book if you need to save toward a pretty big goal. Millennial Loteria is next, so let's see what's in here. So we've got 20, 40, 59. Okay, so we'll put these back and we'll grab out a 50. And I'm not sure when I'm going to declare these fully funded. It will probably be when I finish my emergency fund, and then I'll start all over as I work on the next goal, which will be funding either my Roth IRA or my Blip fund. And I've got more information on that in other videos. But for now, I think this one's ready for 100. So yep, 50 and 50. 20, 10, and I'm going to use one of my $100 placeholders. These Sea Life placeholders are available on my Etsy shop. They're matte coated. They are a little bit thicker, flexible, bendy, and a little bit bigger than the dollar bills, because I think when you get to a point where you're putting placeholders in and you've saved and you've achieved something, you want to mark that with something that's just a little more special than just like the thin play currency. So Junior's Restaurants, let's see here. We've got 27. So I think I already condensed this. Yep. So we'll put that 27 in there. Dicetropolis, or Dicetropolis, looks like we can get a 50 out, and then we've got $8 here. 20, 40, 50. So $58 for Dicetropolis. And left, center, right has a whole bunch. Let's see. 58, so nothing we can do there. Utterly Fabulous and Elephantastic, or Elephantastic. This looks like 77, so nothing we can do there. Flip 7 has 62, nothing we can do there. And if you like seeing me condense at the end of every video, leave me a comment and maybe I'll do it. I'm just conscious of not wanting to make the videos too terribly long. Quicks, I know, has got a ton in there, so we can definitely consolidate this, because I put every last dollar I had into this one this week. So let's just separate everything out by denomination here. And we'll do it haphazardly to make things really complicated. Oh, goodness. I put my stickers on all of this play money because I don't like how it sticks together, but it doesn't really help a whole lot. All right. So we've got 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, of course, $99. Okay. So 50, 70, 90, 5, 97, 99, and everything else goes back to the tray. Tens. And the 5. And all the 1s. Okay. That's quicks. And then Yahtzee. Well, we can get a 20 for sure. Not much else we can do, but we can. Oh, no. There's 20 in there already. So 2 10s. Grab out a 20. $47 in here. And then next we'll do the sorry dice. Okay, so I can grab a 10 and a 1 for this $11 here. Not much of a condensing, but a condensing nonetheless. There's the 10, there's the 1. Sorry dice just doesn't come up too often on the randomizer, so that's why there's not a lot in there. It's also not one that I put a whole lot of money into the way that I set up the game. All right, so the 12 Days of Christmas has 20, 35, 43. So we'll put the 10 and 2 5s back, and we'll grab a 20. And then last of all, is the 12 face cards. And here we have a big mess, 50, 60, 4, 5, 6. So these go back, we'll grab a 5. And then that's going to do it for the condensing. So if you stayed on for the bonus section at the end of the video, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you have a fantastic week and a good President's Day, whether or not you had the day off from work. I didn't, so I will be working on Monday. I'm filming this a little bit ahead of time, but I want to make sure that game night goes up reliably at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays. So again, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, do all the things. And until I see you in the next one, take care.